Hi students, as you prepare to work on the extra credit assignment for Chapter 6, you have a workbook that has more than one tab in that workbook, and it's important that you see all those tabs and that you complete each and every one of those tabs. So I want to point out to you something that many people overlook. On the left side of my screen, you'll see that I am moving around here the Microsoft Excel window. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is maximize Excel. Okay, so see how my mouse is pointing to the square that's next to the red X? I'm going to click that. Now, at this point, the only thing that I have done is maximize the Excel window. Within that Excel window, it's possible that I can have more than one worksheet, or workbook, I should say, and that workbook might look like it is full screen without actually being full screen. And when that happens, it's possible that the lower part of your spreadsheet is actually down below the window, and you can see I don't see any tabs. I could say look to the bottom of the screen, but you don't see any tabs. So I'm resizing this because I want to bring this back up so you can see it. What I need to do is, okay, remember the Excel window has been maximized, but now we're talking about the workbook. So see how this workbook is called Grocery Discrete, and as you look across the title bar, you will see again the minus, the square, and the X. Click the square to maximize the workbook within the Excel window. Okay, so it's a lot of maximizing, but it's important to understand that there's basically a window within a window. In other words, Excel, the program can be put into a big or a large window, but inside that Excel big or large window, the workbook that you've opened might have a big or a small window. Okay, so make sure, now I'm going to do that again. See up here in the upper right corner, I'm going to make that a window. And see, the scary thing about that is you might have to move that around. See how I've pointed to the title bar to move that window around? Okay, you can resize that window. See how when I get my mouse directly over the edge, I get a double-sided arrow and I can move that up or down. But the most important thing, I might have to move that. I might have to resize it so that I can come to this square. That square is good, but I have to find this one and click maximize. Now you can see discrete tab, binomial discrete, hypergeometric, Poisson. Okay, now the reason this is important is that this workbook, much more so than perhaps any of the other extra credit assignments, is going to help you to be faster and more accurate as you complete the assignments for computing discrete probabilities. It'll save you from hopefully from some frustration on your homework, although you might be learning this and applying it to your homework so that when you come into a test and you have only a limited amount of time, you can solve these problems quickly. Thank you, and I hope that that's helpful, but you've got to practice it, and I'm going to give you extra credit points for doing this, which is a practice, but you'll have to do it, for example, on the homework, so that you feel comfortable with this and you can come in and work the exams quickly. Okay, thanks, and I hope you find this helpful.